Hey folks, Brad here from Orders from Headquarters. How are we doing today? Man, what another great day today. I got to work inside at work, but hey, it was still a good day. I feel good about it. That last video hit over 1,000 views. I loved it. It was awesome. I never had so many views in one day. I was like, wow. Now I just got to come back with something good, and I'm like, oh man, the pressure's on. So I figured I'd try something old. I'm going to try one of the jack-o'-lantern boxes. I haven't done it. But I come up with a new idea when I was with my wife at Walmart, and I kept trying to think, man, I got to get color into these things, and I really don't want to spend it on buying plexiglass. I came up with something that come out really cheap and really cool. So stand by. I'm going to show you the stuff we're going to need. So I went shopping with my wife the other day, and she said, pick out one thing we can use for Halloween. And this was right around the time that the kids were getting ready to go back to school, and there was all kinds of, they'd already been to school, so all this stuff was after school special. And I was like, we're going through, and I see these folder packets. And I was like, buy two, get one free. So I was like, all right, they're five in a packet. I bought 2 packs for $2. I was like, she goes, what are you going to do with those? They're multicolored. The boys don't need any of that stuff. I was like, no, but I do. And you said buy stuff for Halloween. She's like, what in the world does that got to do with Halloween? I said, you'll see, and so will you. So stay tuned for a fun-filled exercise. I know it's an old project, but I think you're going to like this because it could save you a lot of money, and it'll make your projects really cool. So I started off by grabbing some of my scrap out of my shop that I had laying around, and some old grayed up pine that came off of an old smokehouse that I got rid of. It had, I don't know, there's a bunch of junk that was wrong with it. I had a whole bunch of cut-off ends. They're about 10 inches long. So I was like, that's the normal size. I'll keep it. Had them sitting around here. Couldn't figure out what I was going to do. Well, I took 3 of them, and I'm leaving them at 7.5 by 10. And I have one I cut in half. So it's 3 3/4. So I made 2 of them for the sides. I'm going to make one of them jack-o'-lantern boxes. Everybody does them, but I'm going to try something different. So I figure, what the heck. I always see all these people with these colored ones, but they buy them expensive light-up lights that go on the inside that has a change of a color. Well, I'm going to do it with the things I showed you, them tabs. I think it's going to turn out really cool. So stand by. The first one I want to do is just a funny face. I drew it on here. I'm going to see how it works, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to cut these out with a jigsaw. I'm going to drill a couple holes for where the eyes are and the mouth, and I'm going to use a jigsaw to cut it out. So stand by. So I ended up grabbing a 3/4 inch Foster bed out of my set, and I figure I'd do the eyes and a hole for the mouth, and we'll go from there. One. Now I'm going to draw another one up here. Two. Now one more for the mouth. Now, I could have did it all with a smaller bit or a bigger bit, either or. But I wanted to get some practice in with my jigsaw because I don't get to use it very often. So I figured, what the heck, we're going to try it out. Oh, I also got to get another one for the nose. I forgot about that. Oh, well, here we go. All right, now we're cooking. Now I got to get my skill saw, so stand by. So we're going to end up cutting this eye out, and I'm going to have to jigsaw it around. So now that I got the shape cut out, I'm going to go ahead and put the vinyl piece in so to give it the color. But I have to do that. I have to staple it onto the back. I cut out a small scrap. You could cut it out individually for each eye and nose and that. I just didn't go that route. I went ahead and used a little sheet, and I'm going to staple it on here because I figured that was the easiest way to do it. Now, with that being said, I'll show you what it looks like in the light. Because, well, if I show that, I'll show it in the end. I really wanted to show you the before, but I don't have my camera with, or my little light. Okay, now that I have my light, I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, you can kind of see it. So, when you're looking at it, you'll have that coming up the driveway. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know, I can't really tell because the camera's angled down, but I can kind of see it. Anyway, it'll all look better when I get everything on, so stand by. So, the first thing we got to do is nail this thing down. Get it even first, that would help. So, got my handy dandy brad nailer. I'm going to shoot it with 1.5 inch brad. I'm not going to use any glue on this one. And put one there and one up here because I missed. Alright, so now that we have that, I got to come up with the top. So, stand by. So there, folks, that's what they look like when they got that vinyl sheets in it. Them separators, folders, whatever you want to call them, they're there. They're pretty cool looking. I got to admit, I kind of like it. So I do like the different colors. You can mix and match. Like I said, you could do individuals. I did the eyeballs on this one. I did just plain purple and blue on this one. They're just divider pocket holders is what they are. And I didn't call them by the right thing. I wasn't thinking. But that's what they look like, and they're wicked cool. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. I had a fun time making it. And like I said, make some sawdust in them shops, boys and girls. It's time to sell this stuff. It's Halloween's coming. You can make a mint, trust me, and it'll make your yard look cool. Semper Fi.